Let me know how to get paid to speak. In a world where most people give up on their dreams and take the first job they can find, you're about to discover something different. How to build discipline that never fails. Look around you. 97% of people who set goals in January abandon them by February. They blame willpower, they blame time, they blame circumstances. But here's the truth they don't want to face. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's something you build piece by piece, day by day. I spent years studying the most disciplined people on earth, athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders, and I discovered something shocking. The most disciplined people don't rely on motivation. They don't count on willpower. They've unlocked a different approach, a systematic method that works even when they don't feel like showing up. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn the exact blueprint they use. This isn't about forcing yourself to wake up at 4 a.m. or taking cold showers. This is about building a foundation of discipline so strong that success becomes inevitable. You'll discover why traditional approaches to discipline fail and the counterintuitive truth about what really drives consistent action. I'll show you how to engineer your environment for automatic success, how to build systems that make discipline effortless, and the secret reset protocol that ensures you never stay down when you slip up. This method has transformed thousands of lives. CEOs have used it to scale companies. Students have used it to ace exams. Regular people have used it to completely reinvent themselves. But I have to warn you, what you're about to learn might challenge everything you believe about discipline. If you're looking for quick fixes or motivational fluff, this isn't for you. But if you're ready to build unshakable discipline that lasts a lifetime, stay with me. The 7-step system I'm about to share will give you the exact framework you need. The first principle alone could double your productivity in the next 30 days. Let's begin with the foundation of all lasting discipline, the identity shift. Successful people possess one key insight about discipline that changes everything. Identity precedes action. Doing isn't enough. Becoming is what matters. When most people try to build discipline, they focus entirely on changing their actions. They force themselves to wake up earlier, eat healthier, or work harder. But these changes rarely stick because they're attacking the problem from the wrong angle. True discipline flows naturally from who you believe you are. This isn't just positive thinking, it's a fundamental psychological principle backed by decades of research. Actions that align with our identity feel effortless. Actions that conflict with our identity require constant willpower and eventually fail. Most people say, "I want to be more disciplined," but their internal story remains. "I'm not a disciplined person." This creates an impossible battle between their desired actions and their deeply held beliefs. It's like trying to swim upstream, exhausting and ultimately futile. Instead of fighting this battle, we must rewrite our internal narrative. This process begins with small declarations that bridge the gap between who we are and who we want to become. Each morning, before anything else, successful people affirm their identity as someone who follows through. They don't say, "I should be disciplined." They say, "I am disciplined." But words alone aren't enough. Identity shifts require proof. This is where most people get stuck. They wait to feel disciplined before acting disciplined. But identity formation works in reverse. We must accumulate small wins that prove our new identity to ourselves. Start with tasks so small they seem trivial. Make your bed immediately upon waking. Put your gym clothes out the night before. Drink water first thing in the morning. These aren't about the actions themselves. They're about building evidence that you're becoming the type of person who follows through. As this evidence accumulates, something remarkable happens. Discipline stops feeling like a forced external pressure and starts feeling like a natural expression of who you are. Just as a professional athlete doesn't debate whether to train, a person who identifies as disciplined doesn't debate whether to follow through. This identity-first approach explains why some people seem to maintain discipline effortlessly while others struggle constantly. They're not operating on willpower, they're operating from a deeply rooted sense of self that makes disciplined actions feel natural and aligned. Building this new identity requires patience. Most people overestimate what they can change in a week, but underestimate what they can change in a year. Focus on consistency over intensity. Each small win reinforces your new identity. Each follow-through strengthens your self-image as someone who does what they say they'll do. Track these identity-affirming actions. Write down every time you follow through, no matter how small. This creates a record of evidence that slowly but surely reshapes how you see yourself. Over time, this evidence becomes undeniable both to yourself and to others. When setbacks occur, and they will, your response reveals your true identity. Disciplined people don't let temporary failures become permanent labels. They see setbacks as feedback, not failure. This resilience comes from knowing that their disciplined identity isn't based on perfection, but on consistent recommitment. Soon, being disciplined stops feeling like something you do and starts feeling like something you are. This is the turning point where discipline becomes sustainable. You no longer need external motivation because your actions naturally align with your identity. This identity shift creates a powerful ripple effect throughout your life. As you prove your discipline in one area, it naturally spreads to others. You start asking yourself, what would a disciplined person do in every situation? The answer becomes your natural course of action. Now that our foundation is set, we can explore how to leverage this new identity through the 1% rule, the systematic approach that turns small daily actions into massive long-term changes. But first, take a moment to internalize this fundamental truth. Lasting discipline isn't about forcing new actions, it's about becoming a new person. Most people fail at building discipline because they aim for dramatic transformations overnight. They try to change everything at once, burning through willpower until they crash. Smart people know better. They harness something far more powerful: compound growth through tiny improvements, 1% better each day. It sounds small, almost insignificant. But this approach holds mathematical magic that most people miss. A 1% daily improvement compounds to a 37 times improvement over a year. Meanwhile, getting 1% worse each day leaves you near zero. This simple math reveals why some people keep rising while others keep falling. Breaking down massive goals into tiny daily actions creates unstoppable momentum. Instead of trying to meditate for an hour, start with 1 minute. Rather than attempting a complete diet overhaul, swap one unhealthy snack for a healthy one. These changes seem so small that your brain doesn't resist them, but they add up in ways most people can't comprehend. Successful people understand that massive discipline isn't built through massive actions. It's built through consistent, tiny improvements that compound over time. Each small win creates momentum. Each tiny victory builds confidence. Each minor success reinforces discipline. Most people want instant results. They start running 5 miles a day, then quit when it feels too hard. They try reading 2 hours daily, then abandon it when life gets busy. This all-or-nothing mindset sabotages discipline before it can take root. Breaking down goals into 1% improvements bypasses this self-sabotage. Start with ridiculously easy targets. Want to build a reading habit? Read 1 page. Looking to exercise more? Do 1 push-up. Trying to write regularly? Write 1 sentence. These minimalist goals seem almost laughably small, but they serve a crucial purpose. They get you moving. Motion beats meditation when it comes to building discipline. Once these tiny actions become automatic, natural expansion occurs. 1 page becomes 2, 1 push-up becomes 5, 1 sentence becomes a paragraph. This organic growth feels effortless because it builds on established habits rather than forcing new ones. Most people overlook an essential truth about the 1% rule. It works in reverse too. Skipping your 1% improvement today makes tomorrow's task slightly harder. This creates accountability without guilt. Missing a day isn't failure, it's just mathematical reality that tomorrow requires slightly more effort to stay on track. Tracking these tiny improvements reveals patterns invisible to most people. Small setbacks become learning opportunities. Minor victories become stepping stones. Daily data points create a map of progress that guides future actions. This evidence-based approach removes emotion from the equation, making discipline more scientific than willpower-based. Success leaves clues in these daily records. Patterns emerge. Weak points become visible. Strong periods reveal optimal conditions. This data drives decisions, making discipline more strategic and less reliant on motivation or mood. Most people misunderstand what 1% improvement means. It's not always quantifiable. Sometimes it's showing up 1 minute earlier, sometimes it's being 1 degree more focused. Sometimes it's making 1 better decision. These micro improvements compound just like numerical ones. Building discipline through 1% improvements requires patience most people lack. Cultural programming pushes for instant results. Social media showcases overnight successes, but real discipline, lasting discipline, grows slowly, consistently, inevitably through small daily actions. Morning routines exemplify this principle perfectly. Instead of trying to create an instant 2-hour morning ritual, successful people start with one tiny change. Maybe they drink water first thing. Once that's automatic, they add 1 minute of breathing, then 1 minute of stretching. Each small addition builds on established habits. This approach works because it aligns with how human brains actually change. Neural pathways strengthen through repetition, not intensity. Small, consistent actions create stronger neural connections than occasional intense efforts. Science supports what successful people have always known. Tiny daily improvements create lasting change. Progress often feels slow with this method. Weeks might pass without noticeable changes. But then, seemingly overnight, compound effects kick in. Habits become automatic. Discipline becomes natural. Success becomes inevitable. This is when most people finally notice what patient practitioners knew all along. Small daily actions create unstoppable momentum. Now we're ready to explore how environment engineering accelerates this compound growth by making good habits easier and bad habits harder through strategic design. But first, internalize this vital truth. Massive discipline isn't built through massive changes. It's built 1% at a time, day after day, until exponential growth makes success inevitable. Success leaves clues in our physical spaces. People with unshakable discipline know something most miss. Willpower doesn't build habits. Environments do. Changing behavior becomes nearly automatic when we strategically design our surroundings. Most attempts at discipline fail because people rely on motivation while living in environments designed for distraction. Social media apps stay on phones. Junk food fills kitchen cabinets. Work desks remain cluttered. Then they wonder why staying focused feels like an endless battle. Smart environment engineering follows two core principles: reducing friction for good habits and increasing friction for bad ones. Want to read more? Place books by every seat. Want to stop mindless scrolling? Delete social apps and use browser versions. Want to exercise consistently? Set out workout clothes where they'll be seen first thing in morning. Physical spaces shape behavior more powerfully than most realize. Research shows that people eat more from larger plates, work more efficiently at clean desks, and sleep better in cool, dark rooms. These aren't conscious choices, they're automatic responses to environmental cues. Successful people treat their environment like a strategic game board. Each item placement either supports or hinders desired behaviors. Gym bags packed night before remove morning resistance. Water bottles on desks encourage hydration. Phones charged outside bedrooms improve sleep quality. Small changes create big impact. Most people underestimate how much their surroundings affect their actions. They try forcing new habits while leaving their environment unchanged. This creates unnecessary struggle. It's like trying to diet with cookies constantly visible on kitchen counters. Environment always wins over willpower in long run. Strategic placement becomes crucial in this approach. Positive influences should be obvious and accessible. Negative influences should be hidden and inconvenient. Make good choices easy and bad choices hard. Soon, discipline becomes path of least resistance rather than constant battle. Visual cues play particularly powerful roles in environment engineering. Calendars showing progress inspire consistency. Inspirational quotes placed strategically provide motivation at key moments. Goal-related images trigger positive associations. Brain responds automatically to what eyes regularly see. Most people miss opportunities for environmental leverage. Smartphone screens could display goals instead of random photos. Bathroom mirrors could hold affirmation cards. Computer passwords could incorporate motivational phrases. Every space offers chances to reinforce positive behaviors. Sound environments matter just as much as visual ones. Some people work better with background noise, others need silence. Some focus better with instrumental music, others prefer nature sounds. Finding optimal audio environments removes another barrier to sustained discipline. Digital environments require equal attention in modern world. Browser extensions can block distracting sites. App timers can limit social media use. Email filters can reduce interruptions. Online spaces shape behavior just as powerfully as physical ones. Temperature, lighting, and air quality significantly impact performance and discipline. Studies show optimal room temperature ranges for different activities. Natural light improves mood and energy. Fresh air increases cognitive function. These factors seem minor but compound over time. Most people resist changing their environments because it feels unnecessary or excessive. They think discipline should come from within. But smart practitioners know better. External order creates internal discipline. Organized spaces promote organized thoughts and actions. Social environments prove equally important as physical ones. Spending time around disciplined people naturally increases disciplined behavior. Joining communities focused on similar goals provides support and accountability. Environment includes people just as much as places. Food environments deserve special attention since eating habits impact overall discipline. Making healthy options easily accessible while hiding tempting treats changes behavior automatically. Clean eating becomes default choice rather than constant struggle. Sleep environments often get overlooked in discipline discussions. But quality rest fundamentally impacts willpower and decision-making. Dark, quiet, cool bedrooms improve sleep. Better sleep improves discipline. Environment shapes behavior even while unconscious. Most people try changing too many environmental factors at once. Smart practitioners focus on one area at a time. Maybe they optimize their desk space first. Once that feels natural, they tackle kitchen organization. Then bedroom setup. Gradual changes create lasting results. Environment engineering works because it aligns with human nature rather than fighting against it. Instead of relying on willpower, it makes good choices natural and automatic. Discipline becomes product of surroundings rather than constant mental effort. Now we're ready to explore energy management systems, because even perfect environments can't overcome poor energy allocation. But first, notice how differently discipline feels when surrounding support rather than sabotage desired behaviors. Smart environment design makes discipline inevitable rather than impossible. Mastering discipline requires more than just willpower. It demands intelligent energy management. Most people fail because they ignore their natural energy cycles, fighting against their bodies instead of working with them. Peak performance windows exist throughout each day. These periods offer maximum focus, creativity, and drive. Most people waste these golden hours on trivial tasks, then attempt challenging work when energy runs low. Smart practitioners reverse this pattern, aligning important tasks with peak energy periods. Morning hours typically provide strongest mental clarity for most people. Brain chemistry supports complex thinking and decision-making during these times. Yet many squander these hours on emails, social media, or mindless activities. Strategic energy management means protecting peak windows for highest value work. Energy management follows natural rhythms. Just as athletes train hard then rest deliberately, mental performance requires strategic recovery periods. Working nonstop depletes cognitive resources. Short breaks, every 90 minutes, help maintain peak focus. Longer recovery periods prevent burnout. Most people push through fatigue thinking discipline means endless grinding. This approach inevitably fails. Human brains can't maintain constant high performance. Strategic rest periods aren't laziness. They're essential for sustained discipline and productivity. Food choices dramatically impact energy levels. Simple carbohydrates create energy spikes followed by crashes. Complex carbohydrates, proteins, and healthy fats provide sustained energy. Meal timing affects focus and performance. Small, frequent meals maintain steadier energy than large, infrequent ones. Sleep quality fundamentally shapes daily energy patterns. Most people underestimate sleep's impact on discipline. Poor sleep destroys willpower, weakens decision-making, and increases impulsivity. Quality rest strengthens self-control and improves cognitive function. 7 to 9 hours proves optimal for most adults. Hydration levels affect energy more than most realize. Even mild dehydration impairs concentration and reduces motivation. Regular water intake throughout day maintains optimal brain function. Coffee and energy drinks provide temporary boosts but often disrupt natural energy cycles. Physical movement generates mental energy. Sitting for hours drains focus and motivation. Regular movement breaks, even brief walks, refresh mind and restore energy. Exercise timing matters too. Morning workouts energize entire days. Evening exercise can disrupt sleep patterns. Most people waste energy on unnecessary decisions. What to wear, what to eat, when to exercise, these choices drain cognitive resources. Decision fatigue weakens self-control. Successful people automate routine choices through systems and habits, preserving energy for important decisions. Stress management plays a crucial role in energy regulation. Chronic stress depletes mental resources faster than almost anything else. Regular stress relief practices, meditation, deep breathing, nature walks, preserve energy for disciplined action. Prevention beats recovery. Environment significantly impacts energy levels. Cluttered spaces drain mental resources. Poor lighting reduces alertness. Negative people deplete motivation. Creating energy-supporting environments helps maintain consistent performance throughout the day. Multitasking destroys energy efficiency. Brain uses more resources switching between tasks than focusing on one thing. Single tasking preserves mental energy. Batch processing similar tasks reduces cognitive load. Focus creates efficiency. Most people ignore body signals indicating energy depletion. Headaches, irritability, difficulty concentrating, these warnings often go unheeded. Smart practitioners monitor energy levels carefully, adjusting activities based on available resources rather than pushing through. Recovery activities matter as much as productive ones. Different activities restore energy differently for different people. Some recharge through social interaction, others through solitude. Some through physical activity, others through creative pursuits. Finding personal recharge methods proves essential. Evening routines impact next day's energy. Screen time before bed disrupts sleep patterns. Heavy meals late at night impair rest quality. Smart wind-down rituals prepare body and mind for optimal recovery. Tomorrow's energy depends on tonight's choices. Most people maintain same schedule regardless of energy levels. Smart practitioners flex their activities based on available resources. High-energy days support challenging tasks. Lower-energy days focus on routine work. Adapting to energy patterns beats fighting against them. Time blocking aligned with energy patterns maximizes efficiency. Most important work happens during peak hours. Administrative tasks fill lower energy periods. Regular breaks prevent depletion. Schedule supports natural rhythms instead of fighting them. Energy management requires honest self-assessment. Some people work better early, others later. Some need frequent breaks, others longer focus periods. Some recharge through exercise, others through rest. Finding personal patterns matters more than following generic advice. Now we're ready to explore accountability architecture, because even perfect energy management needs external support systems. But first, notice how differently discipline feels when working with natural energy patterns rather than against them. Smart energy management makes discipline sustainable rather than exhausting. Building foolproof discipline requires more than personal commitment. It demands strategic accountability systems. Most people rely solely on internal motivation, missing powerful external forces that could guarantee follow-through. Smart accountability architecture creates consequences for both action and inaction. Money on the line changes behavior instantly. Putting cash stakes on goals through commitment contracts makes follow-through more likely than pure willpower. Pain of losing money motivates more strongly than potential rewards. Public declarations amplify commitment power. Announcing goals publicly raises stakes beyond personal disappointment. Social pressure drives consistent action when motivation fades. Successful people leverage this by sharing goals with carefully chosen accountability partners or communities. Most accountability partnerships fail because they lack structure. Clear check-in schedules, specific progress metrics, and defined consequences must exist. Vague support doesn't drive action. Regular progress reports with concrete measurements create real accountability. Daily accountability works better than weekly or monthly check-ins. Shorter feedback loops prevent drift from desired behaviors. Digital tracking apps can automate this process. Consistent monitoring catches small slips before they become major setbacks. Stakes must feel significant enough to drive action. $10 won't change behavior, but 100 might. 1,000 definitely will. Smart practitioners set stakes high enough to ensure follow-through, but not so high they create paralysis. Progress tracking needs objective measures. Subjective goals allow wiggle room and excuses. Exercise more becomes complete 30 minutes of elevated heart rate activity. Specific metrics remove ambiguity. Numbers don't lie. Most people choose overly supportive accountability partners. Better results come from people who offer constructive challenge. Someone who calls out excuses proves more valuable than someone who always understands. Tough love beats gentle support for building discipline. Regular public updates create sustainable pressure. Weekly progress posts on social media, monthly presentations to mastermind groups, quarterly reviews with mentors. External expectations drive consistent action when internal motivation wavers. Financial accountability works particularly well for business and career goals, investment in coaching or programs, regular payments tied to milestone completion. Money already spent creates pressure to follow through. Future payments motivate continued progress. Smart systems include both positive and negative reinforcement, rewards for hitting targets plus penalties for missing them, celebrations for victories plus consequences for failures. Balanced approach drives better results than pure punishment or pure reward. Accountability groups amplify individual commitment through shared energy. Weekly mastermind calls, daily check-in threads, monthly in-person meetings. Group dynamics create positive peer pressure. Individual success inspires collective achievement. Most people resist accountability because it feels uncomfortable. Successful practitioners embrace discomfort as price of progress. External pressure creates internal strength. Accountability accelerates growth through consistent challenge. Technology enables automated accountability. Habit tracking apps, smart device monitoring, automated payment systems. Digital tools remove human inconsistency from accountability equation. Systems work when willpower doesn't. Different goals require different accountability structures. Fitness goals might need daily weigh-ins and workout tracking. Business goals could require weekly revenue reports. Creative projects may need daily word counts or time logs. Tailored systems produce better results. Progress documentation creates its own accountability. Photo evidence of workouts, screenshots of writing sessions, video proof of practice time. Visual records eliminate wiggle room. Evidence beats excuses. Most people overlook power of financial penalties and accountability systems. Missed workout means mandatory charity donation. Skipped writing session triggers automatic payment. Money moving from account provides immediate feedback. Pain teaches faster than pleasure. Social accountability works through multiple channels. Direct accountability partners, online communities, professional networks, social media followers. More watching eyes create more pressure to perform. Public failure motivates private discipline. Smart practitioners stack accountability methods. Personal tracking plus partner check-ins, financial stakes plus public declarations, group participation plus automated monitoring. Multiple systems create redundant motivation. Different personalities respond to different accountability types. Some need gentle encouragement. Others require strict oversight. Some thrive on public pressure. Others prefer private tracking. Finding personal motivation triggers matters more than following standard formulas. Now, we're ready to explore reset protocols, because even perfect accountability systems occasionally fail. But first, notice how differently discipline feels when supported by strategic external pressure. Smart accountability architecture makes discipline inevitable rather than optional. Failures don't destroy discipline. Poor recovery protocols do. Most people let small setbacks spiral into complete derailments. Smart practitioners know something different. Rapid recovery matters more than perfect performance. Recovery speed determines long-term success. Missing one workout shouldn't ruin an entire fitness journey. Skipping one morning routine shouldn't destroy productive momentum. Breaking one healthy meal shouldn't trigger week-long binges. Quick resets prevent temporary slips from becoming permanent slides. Most people make critical error after setbacks. They wait. Wait for Monday to restart. Wait for next month to begin again. Wait for perfect conditions to return. This waiting period allows small gaps to become permanent breaks. Momentum dies, habits dissolve, progress vanishes. 24-hour reset rule changes everything. Slip-ups must be corrected within one day. Missed morning routine? Reset immediately next morning. Broke healthy eating? Next meal starts fresh. Skipped workout? Exercise within next 24 hours. No exceptions, no delays, no excuses. Smart reset protocols start with immediate acceptance. No self-blame, no guilt spirals, no shame cycles. Simply acknowledge slip, identify trigger, plan correction. Emotional responses waste energy, better spent on solutions. Forward focus beats backward dwelling. Analysis matters only if it serves future prevention. What triggered slip? What safeguards failed? What systems need strengthening? Extract lessons quickly, then move forward. Extended postmortems feed paralysis rather than progress. Most people miss key insight about setbacks. They provide valuable data. Each slip reveals weakness in current systems. Each failure highlights needed improvements. Each reset opportunity shows where discipline architecture needs reinforcement. Physical reset practices help mental recovery. Deep breathing exercises, short meditation sessions, brief movement practices. Body-based reset rituals bypass mental resistance. Action beats anxiety. Movement conquers overthinking. Smart practitioners maintain reset toolkits, pre-planned responses for common setbacks, ready to implement backup protocols, emergency motivation resources. Preparation prevents paralysis when obstacles arise. Different setbacks require different reset approaches. Missed habits need immediate re-engagement. Broken streaks need system adjustments. Failed goals need strategy revisions. Tailored responses produce better recovery outcomes. Most people overlook power of micro resets throughout day. Small course corrections prevent major deviations. Brief realignment practices maintain momentum. Regular check-ins catch drift before serious setbacks occur. Mindset shifts transform reset effectiveness. Setbacks become feedback rather than failure. Obstacles become challenges rather than barriers. Slips become learning opportunities rather than permanent defeats. Perspective changes everything. Recovery speed improves with practice. First setbacks may require full-day reset. Later ones might need only hours. Eventually, course corrections happen almost automatically. Quick recovery becomes trained response. Smart reset protocols include accountability activation. Immediately inform accountability partners. Quickly update progress trackers. Rapidly engage support systems. External pressure prevents internal procrastination. Most people wait for motivation to return after setbacks. Successful practitioners act regardless of feelings. Action creates motivation. Movement generates momentum. Starting small beats, waiting for perfect conditions. Reset rituals provide psychological closure. Physical actions that symbolize fresh start. Mental practices that clear negative thoughts. Environmental changes that support new beginning. Rituals bridge gap between setback and recovery. Different personalities need different reset approaches. Some need gentle self-compassion. Others require strict self-discipline. Some thrive on logical analysis. Others need emotional processing. Personal reset styles matter more than universal formula. Smart practitioners document successful resets. What worked? What didn't? Which approaches produced fastest recovery? Written records prevent repeated mistakes. Experience improves future responses. Most people underestimate importance of environmental resets. Clean workspace, organized tools, fresh supplies, physical order supports mental clarity. External resets enable internal ones. Reset protocols must balance urgency with sustainability. Immediate action matters, but overcorrection creates new problems. Smart recovery finds middle path between passive acceptance and aggressive overcompensation. Now we're ready to explore progress tracking methods, because even perfect reset protocols need measurement systems. But first, notice how differently setbacks feel when supported by strategic recovery plans. Smart reset protocols make discipline resilient rather than fragile. Measuring progress transforms discipline from wishful thinking into scientific process. Most people avoid tracking because it reveals uncomfortable truths. Smart practitioners embrace measurement precisely because it eliminates self-deception. Raw data tells stories emotions can't touch. Numbers reveal patterns invisible to casual observation. Tracking systems expose real progress beneath feeling fluctuations. Daily weigh-ins show true fitness trends. Word counts prove actual writing productivity. Time logs demonstrate real focus periods. Most tracking systems fail because they measure too much. Smart practitioners focus on vital few metrics rather than trivial many. One key number per goal provides clearer feedback than dozen peripheral measurements. Simplicity breeds consistency. Data visualization accelerates progress recognition. Graphs show trends hiding in raw numbers. Charts reveal patterns obscured by daily fluctuations. Visual progress markers trigger motivation centers in brain. Seeing improvement drives continued action. Weekly reviews provide essential course correction opportunities. Compare actual results against intended targets. Identify gaps between goals and reality. Adjust approaches based on real data rather than assumed progress. Numbers guide improvements. Smart tracking systems include both leading and lagging indicators. Lagging measures final results: weight lost, revenue earned, books read. Leading indicators predict future outcomes: daily calories, sales calls made, pages read. Both matter for complete progress picture. Most people stop tracking when results disappoint. Successful practitioners maintain measurements regardless of outcomes. Bad numbers provide valuable feedback. Negative trends highlight needed changes. Consistent tracking reveals reality. Physical tracking tools work better than digital ones for many people. Wall calendars, paper journals, visible charts. Tangible recording creates stronger psychological impact. Physical act of tracking reinforces commitment. Progress tracking requires appropriate timeframes. Daily measurements for habit formation. Weekly checks for project progress. Monthly reviews for larger goals. Different objectives need different monitoring schedules. Most people focus exclusively on outcome metrics. Smart practitioners track process measures too. Hours practice matters as much as skills gained. Words written counts alongside books completed. Effort metrics predict eventual results. Baseline measurements provide crucial context. Starting points establish realistic expectations. Initial benchmarks show true progress scope. Reference points prevent discouragement during slow periods. Context maintains motivation. Smart tracking systems include celebration triggers, milestone markers, progress rewards, achievement acknowledgements. Positive reinforcement sustains long-term motivation. Small wins fuel bigger victories. Different goals require different tracking approaches. Fitness goals need body measurements and performance metrics. Business objectives require revenue and activity tracking. Personal development wants habit streaks and skill assessments. Tailored systems produce better insights. Most people track sporadically, missing crucial data points. Successful practitioners maintain consistent measurement schedule. Regular recording reveals accurate patterns. Complete data enables better decisions. Progress often appears in unexpected metrics. Direct measures might show little change, while indirect indicators reveal significant growth. Comprehensive tracking captures full progress picture. Multiple metrics prevent tunnel vision. Smart practitioners share progress data strategically. Public tracking creates accountability. Private numbers maintain focus. Selective sharing balances external pressure with internal motivation. Audience choice affects measurement impact. Monthly trend analysis reveals deeper patterns. Short-term fluctuations smooth into clear directions. Temporary setbacks fade against overall progress. Longer views maintain perspective during daily challenges. Most people abandon tracking during plateaus. Successful practitioners increase measurement detail when progress slows. Plateaus often hide subtle improvements. Detailed data reveals hidden progress. Progress tracking requires honest self-reporting. Fudge numbers serve no one. Accurate data, even when disappointing, enables real improvement. Truth accelerates growth more than comfortable lies. Smart systems track obstacles alongside outcomes. What prevents progress? Which barriers appear repeatedly? Where do interruptions occur most? Problem patterns reveal solution opportunities. Now we're ready to wrap everything together in our conclusion, because even perfect tracking systems need proper context. But first, notice how differently progress feels when supported by strategic measurement. Smart progress tracking makes discipline scientific rather than subjective. Building unshakable discipline transforms from impossible dream into inevitable reality when approached systematically. Everything shared today forms interconnected system where each element strengthens others. Identity shifts create foundation for tiny improvements. Small wins compound through engineered environments. Strategic energy management powers consistent action. Accountability architecture ensures follow-through. Reset protocols prevent derailment. Progress tracking validates growth. Success leaves clues for those willing to look deeper. Most people chase motivation while missing fundamental truth. Discipline becomes automatic when proper systems support desired behaviors. Willpower alone fails. Strategy succeeds. Identity remains cornerstone of lasting change. Becoming precedes doing. Internal narrative shapes external actions. Small daily declarations backed by consistent evidence slowly reshape self-image. New identity makes disciplined choices natural rather than forced. 1% improvements compound beyond most people's comprehension. Tiny actions repeated daily create massive long-term changes. Breaking down intimidating goals into manageable pieces eliminates overwhelm. Progress happens through small steps, not giant leaps. Environmental design eliminates unnecessary struggle. Strategic surroundings make good choices easier and poor choices harder. Physical spaces shape behaviors more powerfully than most realize. Smart environment engineering creates automatic discipline. Energy management determines daily success potential. Working with natural rhythms beats fighting against them. Peak performance windows deserve protection. Strategic recovery periods prevent burnout. Proper energy allocation makes discipline sustainable. Accountability architecture guarantees follow-through when motivation fades. External pressure drives consistent action. Public declarations raise stakes. Financial consequences change behavior. Multiple accountability layers create redundant motivation systems. Reset protocols transform setbacks from permanent defeats into temporary setbacks. 24-hour rule prevents drift. Quick recovery matters more than perfect performance. Strategic resets maintain momentum through inevitable obstacles. Progress tracking converts discipline from subjective feeling into objective science. Numbers reveal truth beneath emotions. Regular measurement enables intelligent adjustments. Visual tracking triggers motivation centers. Data-driven decisions accelerate improvement. Most people miss crucial insight about discipline. It's trainable skill rather than fixed trait. Everyone starts somewhere. Every master was once beginner. Every expert originally struggled. Progress compounds through consistent practice. Implementation matters more than information. Knowledge without action creates no change. Systems shared today work only when applied consistently. Small steps, taken daily, create massive transformation over time. Starting point matters less than direction. Current situation provides baseline, not destiny. Focus on forward movement rather than past position. Progress happens through consistent action in positive direction. Success requires patience matched with persistence. Changes may feel small initially. Results often appear suddenly after consistent effort. Trust process even when progress seems slow. Compound effects eventually kick in. Discipline touches every life area. Physical health improves through consistent habits. Mental clarity increases through regular practice. Relationships strengthen through reliable follow-through. Financial success grows through sustained effort. Most people overestimate short-term change potential while underestimating long-term transformation possibility. 30 days creates habits. 90 days builds momentum. 1 year enables complete reinvention. Time passes regardless. Progress optional. Support accelerates success. Finding accountability partners, joining mastermind groups, engaging with like-minded communities. Connection provides crucial encouragement during challenging periods. Shared journeys create stronger results. If content shared today resonated, small action creates massive impact. Simply click like button below video. Subscribing enables access to future strategies for elevating every life aspect. Channel provides consistent value for personal growth journey. Notification bell ensures no future video goes unwatched. Each episode builds upon previous content. Complete system creates comprehensive transformation strategy. Regular viewing accelerates personal development. Comment section welcomes questions, insights, and success stories. Community support provides additional motivation. Shared experiences inspire greater achievement. Active engagement enhances learning process. Implementation begins now. Choose one concept from today's video. Apply it immediately. Small action beats perfect planning. Movement creates momentum. Starting small enables sustained success. Remember, discipline doesn't require suffering. Proper systems make positive choices automatic. Strategic approaches eliminate willpower battles. Smart methods enable consistent progress. Success becomes inevitable through systematic discipline. Thank you for investing time in personal growth today. Like button below shows video provided value. Subscribe button ensures continued access to transformation strategies. Together, we build lives of purpose through consistent discipline. For those craving deeper strategies, links below provide additional resources. Next video arrives soon with more practical tools for personal elevation. Until then, maintain momentum through systems shared today. Discipline determines destiny.